Hello friends, it is Rachel and today I am gonna show you how to make Zuppa Toscana soup. So this is gonna be a replay because I wanna do it from start to finish and it has to simmer for hours and then you don't add the kale until the end. And I want you to see the whole thing, but it's a perfect meal on a very cold, snowy day. So if you're watching, again, this is a replay, but let me know, is it cold and snowy where you are? Comment below. I'm gonna grab my ingredients and I'll be right back. So I am using sweet premium Italian sausage from Johnsonville. And you guys, you can use whatever pan you want to use on your stovetop. I am using our Rock Crock, which has since been discontinued. But again, because it doesn't matter what pan you use, that is why I'm using this one. So I'm going to just go ahead and get this sausage browned and crumbly, and I am using my mix and chop and scoop and serve. I'll find you the name for that one, but it is a newer version of our mix and chop, and you can see it's got the drain holes, so you can kind of drain the fat off of your meat before you serve it. So while that is browning up, there is some prep work we can do. So I've got my twist and chop here, you guys, and the recipe calls for half of an onion. Now, I am the type of person that I like the flavor of an onion, but I don't like to bite into chunks of onion. So this recipe requires just a half of an onion. Let me make this a little, there we go, so it'll fit in there. And I'm going to show you the twist and chop, you guys, okay? So if you have this lid on and lined up, you will see that the blue lights turn on, okay? I will let you know the most common mistake. If you have your, I don't even know if I can do it wrong, but if you have it on and it is not lined up, it is not going to light up, and people message me and say, oh no, my twist and chop doesn't work. No, it is a safety feature, you guys. The handle has to be lined up in the front for it to light on to work. Now, you've got two options. You can pulse it to just dice them up that way. But depending on what you're making, you might just want to power it down. So like when I'm doing graham crackers and I want them to be crumbs, you guys, I just set that thing to pulverize. It's hard to talk over the darn thing. It is powerful. But what I want you to see, and I'm going to bring it a little bit closer here if I can, is the blades are moving up and down, you guys. So you're not going to end up with like big chunks at the top that didn't get touched because the blades are going up and down. So I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to try to show it to you. Let me bring you closer to it. Can you see, you guys? The blades are going up and down. Okay. So our recipe calls for 4 russet potatoes peeled and chopped. You guys, so I'm going to show you our pivoting peeler. Well, before I take the safety off, maybe I should, well, okay, we'll just still be safe. You guys, you can peel up and down, or you can pivot it and peel side to side if you were doing cucumbers or something and you preferred that grip. So that is the pivoting peeler, you guys. I'm going to make sure you can see me. Oh, goodness sakes. There we go. So I don't like to remove all of my skins from my potatoes. I like skin when I'm making cheesy potatoes. I like it in soups. I like a little bit more hardiness to it, and I know it's good for you. So I'm only going to do them like that. All right, I angled things a little bit differently. I want to show you my rapid prep mandolin here, you guys. So you can see how it all stored together just oh so nicely. This is a mandolin, you guys, and it is a very safe mandolin. So if you've had one in the past, you've had a bad experience, you're scared of them, don't be. Because this one has what I call a chute and a pusher, so your fingers don't go anywhere near the blades, okay? So I've got a potato that I'm putting in here. And I'm going to show you what I have right now, which is not what I want for my soup, but it's the last thing that we made is French fries. There is a setting to make the perfect French fries, you guys. But you can do julienne, you can do all kind of things, but what we really want to do here today is not French fries. We want to do medallions, okay? So there's a setting here where I can choose like my thickness. And let's see if that gives me... Nope, I'm still making French fries. Hang on. Okay, so I have to choose. So there's a setting on top that is a solid piece instead of, good thing I peeled an extra potato here, you guys. There we go. So now I have medallion. So depending on how thick or thin you want, you can change the settings. I'm going to leave them big. I want big, hearty potatoes in my soup. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these. And I will show you my full basket in just a moment. So this is my basket of potatoes from 4 potatoes. Now you guys, if you would have preferred these to be like half moons, then you could just cut your potato in half lengthwise before you put it through, but look at that. And one thing I don't want to forget to tell you, this is dishwasher safe, you guys, so you can take this apart. That can go in the dishwasher. This lays flat, you can put it in the dishwasher, and it comes with this little handy dandy cleaning brush. Because I mean, dishwashers aren't perfect and you might end up getting a little stuff stuck in there. And you can use the brush and never get your fingers anywhere near the blades. So the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of garlic, and you guys, I'm gonna do fresh today. So I asked my Alexa and she says that is about 6 cloves. So I've got my garlic press here. If you're not familiar with our garlic press, you guys, you don't have to peel the garlic. You can put it in just as it is. And then you squeeze to press the garlic into your recipe, okay? And it comes with this cute little, what we lovingly call a, get it out of here, Barbie hairbrush. So you can use the one end to scrape the garlic that's stuck. Get that into your recipe. But it is a hairbrush, which is shaped exactly like that, you guys. So to get that little paper that's stuck in there, all you have to do is line that up. Let me line it up. And then you can push that out a little bit easier, okay? So I'm gonna do 6 of these real quick. I've done 6, you guys. And then some good news that I want to share is if you have the garlic press, you guys, and you have lost your little handy dandy Barbie hairbrush. Am I lining it up wrong? We do sell these under the replacement parts so that you can get a new one. Pop out your garlic skins. So now I just need to combine the rest of my ingredients in my slow cooker. And I don't know if I mentioned, if your sausage seemed greasy, like there's fat to drain off, go ahead and do that before you start adding the other things to your slow cooker, just so that your soup doesn't get too greasy, you know what I mean? But mine really didn't, so I didn't have anything to drain. So my onions are in, you guys, my potatoes, and again, I'm putting mine in big. But you could have sliced it in half had you wanted. And then we've got 4 cups of chicken stock here. That is all going in. And you guys, this is gonna be in the slow cooker either on high for 3 hours or low for 6 hours, depending on how much time you have. But me just kind of bearing in mind that my potatoes are thick, I'm gonna do it on high for 3 hours, knowing that I'll have a little wiggle room if my potatoes don't seem quite done by that time. And then you just want salt and pepper. So I'm doing pepper from my pepper grinder. Fresh pepper, I think, just tastes a little bit better. But I did not choose like a low sodium chicken stock, so I'm not gonna go too heavy on the salt there, you guys, okay? So yes, this is gonna be in my slow cooker here for a couple of hours. Just put that down to 3. And then I'm gonna switch it over to low to simmer till my hubby gets home, and then we don't add the cream and the kale until like the last 30 minutes, okay? What's got her all excited? What does it mean her chewy box is here? Yay! I know, so excited! All right, you guys, so I have stirred it a couple times while it has been cooking, but we are down to the last 30 minutes. So I did a couple hours on high, then switched to low. And so I am going to add my 1 cup of cream. And then you guys, the recipe said 1 bunch of kale. I had no idea what that meant because I got this great big bag of kale. But I asked Alexa, and she said that a bunch of kale, because I said, how much does it weigh? Because this is 16 ounces, and she said 8 to 12. So I can do like half of the bag here, you guys. And I know the kale is going to cook down, and I might have to let it do just that. So that's how much kale I'm going to do, because that's how much kale I think I can reasonably fit, and let that cook down for the last half hour. All right, you guys, look how much that kale cooked down. How beautiful is that? Zuppa Toscana soup. Add as much Parmesan cheese as you would like. I think the recipe says a half a cup for topping, but pretend you're at the Olive Garden, you guys. Enjoy.